Today is August 18th, 2019, and I think I've got my homemade pimento cheese recipe ready to share. Been doing this for quite a while and done some trial and error, and I think I've got it just the way I want it. So today we're going to make a batch of homemade pimento cheese. It's nice to have a container that's big enough to hold it. When you're finished, I got this Betty Crocker container at Dollar Tree. Works perfectly. This is my mixing bowl, which is very large, and it's got a plastic spoon that works very well to mix with. The ingredients you need are hot sauce, olive oil mayonnaise, a large jar of diced pimentos, a medium-sized jar of dill relish, a pretty large can of diced green chili peppers, 2 small cans of chopped olives, Mrs. Dash, cayenne pepper, regular salt and regular pepper, 2 16-ounce packages of shredded extra sharp cheddar cheese, and 1 16-ounce package of mozzarella shredded cheese. All right, my lovely wife has agreed to hold the phone while I mix this together. And the first step is to take a sip of wine. Chardonnay. Thank you, honey, for adding that step. All right, I'll take a full package of the extra sharp cheddar cheese, and I like to put about half of the other package in there to start with and save just a little bit to mix in later. And put most of the mozzarella, about that much. All right. I thoroughly washed my hands, honey. Okay, mix that together. All right. Put a generous amount of hot sauce. This may look like a lot of hot sauce, but this makes a huge batch. And if you don't put a lot, you don't even taste it. So put about that much hot sauce, cayenne pepper, and I never measure anything. About that much. Little bit of Mrs. Dash. A little of that goes a long way. So about that much Mrs. Dash. You put most of the pimentos. You put 1 of the cans of chopped olives. Most of the relish. And I really like the dill relish. The dill makes a big difference. Most of the chili peppers, green chili peppers. Some salt. Some pepper. And the mayonnaise is the most important to try to get the right amount. If you don't put enough, it'll be clumpy and not very smooth, but if you get too much, it'll kind of be liquidy. So I'm going to start with about that much mayonnaise. That's probably not quite enough, but we'll add more later if it looks like it needs it when we put the rest of the ingredients in. So you mix this together really well. I like to start by putting the spoon on the bottom and just trying to mix it together. It's got a long way to go, but the consistency feels really good so far in this. The more you mix, the more the mayonnaise gets in the mixture. All right, so far so good. So I'm going to take a 10-second break and have one more sip of Chardonnay. And I'm going to put the rest of the ingredients in. There's the second can of chopped olives. Here is the rest of the green chili peppers. Rest of the pimentos. The rest of the relish. More hot sauce. Little bit more Mrs. Dash. More cayenne pepper. More salt. More table pepper. A little bit more mayonnaise. I don't want to stick the spoon down in there, so I'm just going to shake a little bit out of the jar. A little bit more. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and then the rest of the cheese. All right. Now we're going to mix the top with the bottom. You cannot mix it enough, but you can never mix it too much. So don't be shy when it comes to mixing the ingredients together. I'm going to mix it around on the top. I'm going to mix it from the bottom some more. I feel good about the consistency of this batch. Again, it's all in how much mayonnaise you use. I want to stress, if you don't use enough, it'll be clumpier than this and won't have a smooth consistency. If you use too much, especially after it's been in the refrigerator for a few days, it'll kind of have a watery, liquidy consistency to it. So this is really good. Although I didn't measure for this amount, my estimate is possibly 2/3 of a normal size jar of mayonnaise is a good amount. And it's always better to, if you're not sure, to start with too little, because as you stir, you can always add more, but you can never take more out. put it in your bowl. Like I said, I got this bowl at Dollar Tree. It's a Betty Crocker bowl. It's really good for holding this amount of pimento cheese. It certainly smells good. Right. Take your spoon, break out what's left in the bowl. And it's tempting to go ahead and eat it now, but if you put it in the refrigerator and leave it for a couple of hours, the ingredients get mixed together better and it tastes a little bit better than it does right now, just after being freshly made. All right, the last step, you come over to your stairs and you let your Yorkie lick the spoon. How is it, Happy? Is this a good batch, Happy? I think I heard her say yes. And this concludes the video of my homemade pimento cheese.